Good morning. In this lecture, we will study the point factors for development. There are two factors, internal that is intrinsic factor and external that is extrinsic factors. First we see the external or extrinsic factors. In this, climatic factor is there, in which light, temperature, water, day length, wind and gases like CO2, O2 and N2. Second factor is edaphic or soil factor. In this, structure, texture and nutrient availability. Third factor is biological. In this, weeds, insects and soil microorganisms including nitrogen fixing bacteria and mycorrhiza. So these factors are responsible for the development of plant. So these are the external factors in which climatic, edaphic and biologic factors are there. Now we see the internal or intrinsic factor, that is internal factors which are responsible for the development of plant. In this, first we see the genetic factors. These are directly responsible for induction and repression of specific enzymes which are required for the plant development and growth. Second is nutritional factors. It means photosynthetic rate, respiration, pigment contents, capacity of store food resource and enzyme activity. So these factors are responsible for these physiological activities which are important in development and growth. Third factor is hormonal factors. Phytohormones or plant growth regulators regulate plant growth and development and coordinate plant morphogenesis. Now in detail we will see the external or extrinsic factors. First is temperature as a factor. Growth of higher plants occurs in the range of temperature from near freezing to 40 degrees Celsius. At higher temperature, growth is stimulated, reaching the maximum at the optimum temperature. The optimum temperature differs considerably from species to species, and for each development stage, a different optimal temperature is found. Both high and low optimal temperature are required for the development of a whole plant. Seed germination is very strongly influenced by change of temperature. Usually, a low temperature requirement is established by the germination of winter and spring annuals, whereas summer and tropical plants germinate at higher temperature. The exposure to low temperature in the early seedling stage is a necessary factor which determines the shifting from vegetative growth to reproductive development. Second is light as a factor. The range of visible light region between 380 nanometer to 770 nanometer has physiological activity. Neither infrared nor ultraviolet light is suitable for biological processes. Third is water as a factor. Life on earth is not possible without water. All metabolic reactions proceed in the aqueous phase. Most inorganic and organic substances vital to a living system remain dissolved in water. Water molecules act as a reactant in many chemical reactions. The nutrient salts dissolved in soil water are transported from the root to the aerial organs. Deficiency in water supply is impair the basic physiological processes. Therefore, a suitable water balance is essential in the individual cell and in the entire organism. Now we see the internal or intrinsic factors in detail. First is genetic factors. Development is the process by which the phenotype of an organism arises through the assimilation of nutrients and energy from the environment under the direction of the genotype. Each cell receives a full development of the original genetic information. At a particular stage in the life cycle of a developing organism, the correct information must be chosen in all the cells so that each organ of the plant develops in the proper way. Thus, it helps to explain how a leaf becomes a leaf and a root becomes a root. Jacob and Monod in 1961 first described and elucidated the operon system as the central mechanism. Second factor is nutritional factors. In green plants, photosynthesis occupies the key position as the main source of nutrition and energy. To meet the demands of growth, chemical reducing power in the form of NADH or NADPH and chemical energy in the form of ATP are required. Thus, physiological processes like photosynthesis and respiration should go on effectively and continuously as long as the organs remains alive. Carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, which are incorporated into organic compounds during photosynthesis, plants also require other elements for their inorganic nutrition. The non-metals like nitrogen, sulfur and phosphorus and metals like potassium, calcium, magnesium and iron are required for the biosynthesis of protein. In addition, most plants need trace elements for normal development like manganese, zinc, copper, boron, molybdenum and cobalt. Third is hormonal factor. Hormones have been shown to control numerous plant physiological processes like germination, stem elongation, propagation, partition of assimilate, defoliation, flower formation, fruit set, parthenocarpy and post-harvest ripening. So this is about the factors required for development or which are affecting the development and growth.